Hello there. What is going on, everybody? We are going to be taking a look at the Unnatural Resources Organized Play Kit for Star Wars Legion from Atomic Mass Games. We are going to unbox this whole kit. We'll show you everything that comes inside, and we'll talk about how you can get a copy of this. I might be doing some giveaways in the very near future. If you guys are new here to the channel, I just do want to remind you that we are still giving away a Shadow Collective starter box in the form of a $70 Amazon gift card. So you can use that for whatever you want. We're going to be announcing that when the Shadow Collective comes out. Also, if you guys haven't already, head over to luxuryplaystyle.com. Check out these amazing full metal tokens. They're absolutely fantastic. You're going to love them. Orders of $35 or more are going to get a free lightsaber nunchuck token by using the code Crabbok VIP. That's also going to save you 15% off of your order. So definitely check that out. All right, so we're going to get right in to this lovely little box right here, and we're going to cut this open. I have been talking a little bit about Mini Stravaganza, which is coming up in June. I will be doing some giveaways here. So if you're not familiar with what this actually is, this is an organized play kit. This is something that gets sent to stores that they can kind of run events. And now this is not a tournament kit. This is not tournament legal stuff. Well, kind of, because there should be some alternate arts in here. Whoa, this is massive. Look how big these are. These are so much bigger than normal cards. Super cool. All right, we've got cards. We've got lots of cards. We got lots of cards. I believe we got different language cards. We got lots of cardboard in here, and we've got force pushes. We've got force push in all kinds of different language, and there we go. We got force push on Anglais as well. So very cool. So we got force pushes with Asajj Ventress getting knocked upside down by Anakin Skywalker, choosing enemy trooper at range 1, performance speed 1 move with that unity benefits engaged. And then we've got force push in, let's see if I can guess the language here. That looks like French. Poussé par la force. Keep your dirty thoughts to yourself. That's how the word goes. Empujar con la fuerza. I believe that would be in Espanol. And Max Dos. This is a German. I'm gonna say German. Okay, that's what I believe. Okay. So, if we got any native French, Spanish, or German speakers in the chat, let me know. Or not in the chat. This isn't a live stream. We'll be doing some live streams later in, for Star Wars Celebration coming up. We'll also be doing some more, next month as well. We've got some really cool stuff coming up. We got Mini Stravaganza coming up. But we're gonna take a look at this. This is let's see here. I'm gonna find that's the German version. We've got our. I think our Spanish version, and we got our English version, then we got our French version here. Okay, so I'm going to move the foreign language versions aside for a moment because I cannot read those, and we're going to take a look at this, and we'll also take a look at our cardboard as well. All right, so we've got those, and then we'll take a look at the cardboard. So I'm curious how you guys are doing on this wonderful day. I thank you guys for watching and unboxing with me. I normally I'm unboxing miniatures. This is maybe one of the very rare times you'll catch me unboxing something that is not a miniature. And so here we go. Let's zoom in a little closer on these. All right, and just for a scale of reference, so you can see how much larger this is. This is even bigger than like the full-size Armada ship cards. We've got a force push over here. Now this is one of the mini cards, but very cool. So we kind of everything for our scenario all on one card. And this is just an alternate game mode that you can play. This isn't something that's going to be going into tournament builds. It's not something that's going into the official battle deck because this has both the deployment condition and victory and objective all on the same card. And this is also double-sided, so we'll flip it over in a minute and take a look at the backside as well. So you do have your kind of advanced positions style deployment here. So you're only getting, all of this side half the way to the board here, and then just a 1 up. And the same thing on the other side, but you do have these gas vents, and so each of these squares is, I believe, 1 range tool. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah. So distance 1, range 1 in, and then range 2 in from the side, and then range 1 up there. So each of these squares is a range 1 square. And so you got 1 in the middle of the board, you got 3 over here and 3 over there. So it's pretty symmetric. It's pretty symmetric. Of course, your terrain is going to go underneath this. I do have some of that LV-427 docking bay or interior terrain, and I feel like this might work, might be pretty fun to run with interior terrain, because if you've got a Dianoga, it would make sense that he might be indoors in some kind of trash compactor type of environment. I could see that really working, and that could be a fun thing to do here. Victory condition here is during the end phase, each player gains a victory token for each gas vent objective they control. A player controls an objective token if a friendly trooper unit leader is in base contact with the token, and no enemy trooper unit leaders are in base contact with that token. At the end of any round, if a player has 14 or more victory points and it has more victory tokens than their opponent, the game ends. Otherwise, the game ends after round 6 as normal. So it's a race to 14 points. Ideally, you're probably going to get at least 3 per round. So again, that's just probably going to take you to turn 6. But if you were to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if you were to gain all of them for 2 turns in a row, that would do it. That would definitely do it. So you're probably not going to get all of them for 2 turns in a row. But if you have kind of overwhelming, if your opponent wants to turtle up a little bit, then you're going to sweep in there and win pretty quickly. If we flip this over, we're going to see a couple more things on the back. And this is pretty cool. So rival armies battle over control of a partially submerged industrial facility on a planet left to salvagers and scrappers. Natural gas still vents from the long-abandoned facility. Valuable fuel for the war effort. Forces converge to secure these important points on the battlefield. Little do they know, they are not the only ones scavenging these wastes. So you cannot use some keywords. You can't use bounty, infiltrate, and secret mission. Although it's, yeah, I can see that. Although I mean, because if the point here is to get the gas, bounty could potentially put you a little bit over the top, get you to 14 a little sooner, and especially since it's you can win before the end of the game. Getting that victory token a little bit early could be disastrous. But you're going to still use typical army building, and so when battle forces come out, you can potentially do that with this as well, which could be interesting. Now, you can still use, by the way, characters that have bounty, infiltrate, and secret mission. You just can't use those keywords. So, like if you have R2-D2, you can still have him, but he's going to be out there. It's probably to do repairs, rather than all the other stuff. So maybe don't bring R2-D2 on this one. Still bring Padme though. You just play her card differently and get gain a surge token every round. So you're going to set everything up. You skip 6, 5 through 7. Instead, players resolve any setup instructions on this card. So you're not going to be using your normal battle cards. You'll be using just all of this stuff. You're going to place the 7 gas vent tokens, and that's going to be these right here. And we've got 7 gas vent tokens and 1 Dianoga. If we flip those over, they're the same on the other side. I'm sure somebody already has miniatures for the Dianoga. But that's pretty funny. All right. Trooper units that have a unit leader at range 1 of a gas vent improve their cover by 1. So you can shoot out of it, but it obscures you a little bit. So that's kind of cool. We've got obscuring gas. We've got roaming Dianoga. The roaming Dianoga token cannot overlap a mini's base or objective tokens, and vice versa. The roaming Dianoga must be placed flat on the battlefield and cannot overlap or be placed on terrain. So you're going to want a lot more open, a lot more open stuff here, which is something worth thinking about. So there we go. Roam, at the end of the command phase, a player who has the fewest victory tokens may place the roaming Dianoga token within range 2 of its current position. If both players have the same number of victory tokens, the player without priority may place the roaming Dianoga token instead. Disturbing the waters, after a non-repulsive unit performs a standard move, if it's at range 1 of the roaming Dianoga token, the player that controls the unit places the roaming Dianoga token within range 2 of its current position. Lash out. After the roaming Dianoga token is placed on a non-repulsor unit, after it's placed, or a non-repulsor unit ends its activation at range 1 of the roaming Dianoga token. Roll 3 defense dice. Each non-repulsor unit at range 1 of the roaming Dianoga takes gains 1 suppression token for each block and suffers a wound for each surge. So it's going to be putting out a lot more suppression than wounds, but it can still put out wounds, and nothing stops these wounds either. Like Bodyguard isn't going to do it. It's not considered an attack, even though you might think it's an attack. The idea is he's coming up from the ground, so your bodyguards can't get in front of it for you. He's attacking your feet. He's attacking you from below, so it can't be dodged or evaded. So you're going to want to move him towards maybe the objectives that your opponent's kind of has a chokehold on, so this way it can suppress people, maybe make them panic and run away, and potentially, and then we put these side by side. Potentially make them, take some wounds, and then kind of allow you to come in and, maybe if you move in too early, trying to get that 14 points at the end of round 2, all of a sudden you start taking some suppression, and then you guys panic and run away, and then your opponent moves in really quick. All right, so that's everything that comes in the Unnatural Resources Organized Play Kit. There is also a little guide here for TOs and people running it. Here we go. It's kind of standard stuff. Make sure you're playing by the rules, and not substituting dice and all of that. And we got some cool layout artwork here on the back as well. So pretty cool stuff. If you guys haven't already, make sure you check the links down in the description below. If you want to get a copy of this, there's a couple of different ways. Check your local game store, see if they're running these. If they're not, you can ask them to order these kits. This is not the only kit that's going to be out there. There's also one for Armada. There's also X-Wing OP kits as well, and some of them are available now. Some of them will be available soon, and I'm sure more will be available over time as well. So you don't want to miss out on these. Tell your stores to order these. Again, it supports 8 players at least in any given language. While there are more copies of these, there are only 8 copies of the cardboard. So the other language options are a little bit less valuable, but you still also have plenty of versions of the alternate force push, which is pretty cool. So you got 8 versions of everything, which is really cool. And so if you play, you're going to get this card, you're going to get a set of tokens, and you're also going to get the force push alternate art. And of course, this one is tournament legal, so you can definitely check that out. That's going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing and help make all of this possible. I will talk to you guys soon. And don't forget to wash your socks. Don't let your socks get knocked off unprepared. And may the force be with you. And live long and prosper. And so say we all. And party on, dudes.